Hello there and welcome to SME On Point. My name is Diabosito. Very shortly we'll be talking about Chillipreneurs in South Africa and the emerging condiments producers in the country that are heating up. We'll also talk about what is happening with the work from home phenomenon that we have seen during the COVID pandemic. But also this week we are introducing an interesting sub-feature within SME On Point in light of the mental health of entrepreneurs that we so much care about. We will be getting a clip from a mental health advocate, Anele Ndlovu, who's going to give us tips this week on how, as entrepreneurs, we can keep our mental wellness in shape. But first, this week we'll focus on South Africa's Chillipreneurs, emerging condiments producers who are heating things up. From spaza shops to dark kitchens to formal restaurants and to even food street vendors, a growing number of condiment producers are showing up. The local condiments and sauces industry is a vibrant one, with producers entering the market all the time. We bring you some of those Chillipreneurs who are building their own brands with unique flavors and textures. Take a look. Market research conducted by Statista.com shows that revenue in the sauces and condiments market currently amounts to 9.8 billion rands and is expected to grow annually by 3.18%. South Africa is home to some of the best acha. The popular spicy condiment is how Jabu Malungane cut his teeth into entrepreneurship by selling acha on the streets of Tembisa Township. Today, he boasts a wholesaler and a factory and is also riding the booming chili wave, taking the acha a notch higher into an acha paste.
I loved acha so much, then I asked myself how many people are like me who love this product. And what I've done, I took this product, I went to the mall, at the gate of the mall, and then give people some taste, and then they start buying. Like I was making a lot of money on the street. But now, hence, my biggest asset in this business is people. They come to me, they said, sometimes you come here, we can't find you. Because when it's raining, obviously I can't go to the mall. And then they said to me, why don't you start a shop? Then I opened the shop. As I opened the shop, the first shop failed. I opened the next shop failed as well. And then I went to Hospital View in Tembisa. I started a factory. The factory failed as well. But I didn't give up. I kept on trying. Then in 2017, that's when I opened a factory in Northam Park. That factory pushed for 1 year. It failed again. Then I went to Olifantsfontein. I started a factory. The factory survived until today.
During the COVID-19 pandemic, home cooking increased where many tried their hand in different variations of chilies and sauces. One of those is Keleta Gopal, who makes jars of Tsebabang chilies. From her kitchen, Gopal cooks, packages and labels each jar ready for her clients.
Once upon a time, we were hosting people, we were hosting family over lunch. And I found myself in this very same space, mixing chili, a few ingredients, and as I was serving, people loved the dish. So before end of dinner, before everyone left, they asked for chili. Whatever that I made, I must just put it in containers. And in less than a week, I got calls saying we need more of that. From that request, we made 5 bottles. From 5 bottles, 2 weeks time, we got other people calling like, you know what, whatever that you made in that house, in that kitchen, we want more. I made 20 bottles. Since then, we thought, you know what, we are onto something. We've created something that people love. If 1-2 people can ask for more, 20 so far and beyond. So you've got a journey to go.
Proudly South African, whose mandate is to influence local procurement in order to influence consumers to buy local for stimulation of job creation, says it has seen an increase in the number of Chillipreneurs. One of the ways it does this is to provide verification stickers to products in order to increase their marketability. So far, it has more than 20 of these businesses in the condiment space on its books.
We have seen a wave over the past few years of Chillipreneurs that come into the space and they find their niche market. One would argue and say, but chili is chili and acha is acha. What is the difference? But I think in hindsight, the power that the pandemic had from a positive perspective is that many entrepreneurs found themselves having to pivot their businesses and not go the traditional route of producing products that everybody else has produced in the past.
The ultimate dream of many entrepreneurs is to see their products on the shelves of retailers. Pick n Pay says it is seeing an explosion of heat and innovative chili products.
We have been amazed at the explosion in how people have just started eating hotter and hotter flavors. And we have seen that there's been this amazing shift into not just a little bit of chili, I'm talking a lot of chili. And we have definitely seen a trend in the big brands where they are putting chili onto a lot of products. We are adding chili onto a lot of our products, but not only that, we have in our condiments space on shelf, we have a lot of different local chili products that are really selling well. So I agree with you. There is room in the market for this new explosion of heat, and customers are definitely looking for it.
Malungane and Gopal are confident of the prospects that exist in this space, including innovation.
Obviously, we want to be able to produce in bulk. For us to be able to produce in bulk before we get to shelf, we need to have a warehouse or a factory where we'll be able to manufacture, hire people, and then get the work done. So for now, right now, seeing that we are still working from home in this kitchen, we can't produce as much as we want to. Also, we are also aware that there are certain rules like ISO 2000 for you to be able to fit into that shelf. There are categories, you can't just go into shelf. So we're also preparing for that right now.
We just have to be innovative. We have to think. As a business person, you have to think, you have to be one step ahead. Because, people are doing things every day. But what are you doing? What is it that you do as an entrepreneur, or let me say chillipreneur, as you said? So you just have to be one step ahead.
Ngiti believes that the market is broad enough to onboard new entrants to make the country the chillipreneurship hub.
We want to know that the product is authentically made in South Africa by South Africans. And in the course of making that product, indicate to us that you have created jobs. So it's not a product that is brought into the country from elsewhere, and then you just get it here and you put a logo on it. And also, is it SABC approved, which is where the checks and the balances comes in, because this is a product that people eat.
In our early days, most hot sauces were peri-peri based, but what we're seeing now is that is evolving. You didn't actually even hear of chili oil a few years ago. Now we're seeing things like chili and lime, we're seeing truffles and chilies, we're seeing garlic and lemon with chili, hot and sweet sauces. So some of the things that we talk to are, chocolate with chili, the African bird's eye chili, which is, as you know, probably the strongest, very hot chili, has become increasingly popular as consumers are looking for local flavor profiles. So those are some of the exciting new flavors that we've seen coming through in the chili space.
Russell says if given enough support, Africa can be famous for chili sauces and bringing indigenous flavors that can burst globally. Diabosito, SABC News, Johannesburg. I'm wondering about you as our viewers, what's your tolerance for chili? Are you a chili person? Do you love it? Get in touch with us on our Facebook pages at SME On Point. I'd really love to hear your experience and what you think of our insert for today. So the COVID-19 pandemic introduced the possibilities of flexible working, such as working from home. This has worked well for some industries, saving companies and workers time and money. But rolling blackouts are changing this, forcing people to work from the office once again. Businesses and small businesses and big businesses, small and big, are not spared from this. David Sanka is the founder and CEO at the Business Exchange, and he says flexible working spaces can help to keep businesses open and thriving. David, thank you so much for joining us on SME On Point once again. Take us through the impact of load shedding and what it has done to those businesses who worked better when they worked from home.
Yeah, look, obviously, well, firstly, thanks for having me again. Look, load shedding is obviously at a critical stage. I think they say we're at like stage 7 or 8. I think it's more like stage 10. and it's having a huge impact on, both small businesses and larger corporate companies. And TBE, our company's, been a place for all these entrepreneurs and businesses to be able to gain access to power. We have generate and backup services, so that's really been helpful for them. But to also answer your question around working from home, post-COVID, it's just, you can't do it. People can't do it now because not everyone obviously has backup power. So it's forcing people to come back to the office, which I personally think is a good thing, from a culture perspective. But it's a major problem at the moment.
Yeah. Let's talk about the TBE itself. You offer a flexible working space. How have you reinvented that space to help entrepreneurs to be able to come to your space and work there? Remember that in 2020, most of them left these premises and opted to work from home. So you're obviously now seeing a change, but how have you reinvented the space as a whole?
So look, we're not a one-size-fits-all. We try and tailor our space to cater for businesses at all different stages of their growth. We have virtual offices, co-working packages for smaller businesses and startups who really just need a space, a few days a week or somewhere, sort of to pop in and have meetings. But we also cater for larger businesses, and post-COVID, we've seen big, significant corporates really tailor down their seats. A company of like 300 might only need 100 seats, and then we tailor a package for them. But at the heart of our passion and everything we do is all about, entrepreneurship. And we also have a lot of events, networking sessions, masterclasses, and we bring that all into the community to try and help our SMEs in the country.
Yeah. Are they coming back in their jobs as much as they left? Do you see the sign up improving once again, or is it still slightly a bit slow?
No, it's definitely picked up significantly, especially at the beginning of this year. I'd say in the last sort of 2 quarters, we've seen a significant uptick in demand, from businesses of all sizes. But, and again, spearheaded, I guess, by load shedding as well. People just can't work from home as well.
Yeah. I saw you were watching our insert. What's your tolerance for chili?
Yeah, I like chili. I can't have too much chili, but I do like chili.
All right. David Sanka, the CEO and founder of the Business Exchange, their flexible working space. We're talking about how those kind of spaces can help you as an entrepreneur, since now load shedding and rolling blackouts are at their peak and people are unable to work from home. You are now able to go to those places and work from there. And as promised earlier when I started the segment, I told you about a new sub-feature that we are introducing. Achieving optimum mental health is often difficult for entrepreneurs and small business owners because of the pressures of running a business. This sees some businesses failing and owners taking their own lives at times. From today, we are introducing a small sub-feature where mental health experts and advocates will share their mental health tips of the week for small business owners that can keep you going. Our contributor for this week is Anele Ndlovu. She's the founder of Tea with Anele, and she's an advocate of mental health wellness. Let's hear what she has for us.
As an organizational head, I have come to understand the anxiety and the stress that comes with being responsible for everything in your business. With this, I would really like to encourage small business owners to try by all means to protect and to prioritize their mental health. When you are not okay, it impacts on everything in your business. So I need you to please seek help when you're not feeling okay. Seek counseling, seek therapy, speak to someone, take a break, try and breathe, feel what it is that you're feeling, but make sure that you are in a good mental and emotional state. When you are feeling okay, mentally and emotionally, you are better able to show up for yourself, for your business, and for the rest of society. Prioritize your mental health. Your mental health matters. You matter.
You do matter indeed, and that's all we have for SME on Point for this week. Please remember to support small businesses in your communities this weekend, every day. In fact, keep those rands and cents circulating.